The Tarmac SL8. The smoke is starting to settle. Some of the dust is falling down, and I'm going to talk about this bike, right? I didn't want to talk about it right off the bat because, everybody was talking about the bike. It was brand new, and I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it, right? The SL8 is an okay looking bike. Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10 aesthetically, I give it a strong 8. I give it a strong 8. Now, in comparison to the SL7, just off aesthetics alone, it don't even touch it, man. In my opinion, the Tarmac SL7 looks way better than the SL8. Way better. If I were to get an SL8, the color I would get is the black joint. The black team joint that like the Legion guys are riding, that is the best looking one. The rest of them, I'm not really impressed with it, man. I really appreciate a white bike, and even the white S-Works SL8. I don't know, man. It don't really do it for me, man. If you can look at my face, bro, I'm low-key disappointed with this bike aesthetically, right? Now, performance-wise, I mean, you can't really complain about the SL8. I mean, it's that much faster, it's that much stiffer, but it is significantly lighter than the SL7. So I can't be mad about that. If someone was going into the tarmac world and they were on the fence between an SL7 or an SL8, I would tell them just to get the SL8. The performance is better. Aesthetics, I could get over the aesthetics if I had none, and then it's a little bit cheaper. That's the biggest thing. You got all the performance benefits, and it's a little bit cheaper than the SL7. Then why not get it? Now, if I had an SL7, would I upgrade to the SL8? Definitely not. I would not do that. Definitely wouldn't do that. My want for a tarmac is kind of dwindling down. I'm kind of getting over the tarmac thing now, and I still want a new bike. Right now, I'm between two bikes. It's the Cervelo S5 because the Cervelo S5 is that bike, and the Trek Madone. And I'm gonna talk to you about this, right? One of the reasons I'm thinking about the Trek Madone, it's two reasons, right? One reason is the channel's been growing, man. Matter of fact, if you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Very much appreciated. But the channel is growing. I got about 1,500 subscribers. I've been reaching out to some folks, and some folks have been reaching out to me. And I am in I want to say the affiliate marketing type of business. Now I I don't even know what that really means or what's that going to look like. So I got 12 companies I'm working with right now, right? 12 or 11. I want to say it's 12 companies, and of the companies, it's mostly gun stuff, which is crazy. The bike community ain't really messing with me like that, but it's mostly gun stuff, but then it's some bike companies as well, right? Um, Matter of fact, let me see real quick. I'm gonna tell you specifically like how many. Okay, so I got one, two, three, four, five, six gun companies. I got one, two, three bike companies, an outdoor gear company, a security company, and then a photography company. So those are all the products, right? But one of the big bike companies, right, is Trek. Trek is one of the companies. So what does that look like for me? I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure out the details. Right off the bat, anything I order from Trek, they'll give me 8% off, which is pretty dope. I'm with that. And with that being said, that's why I've considered going with the Trek Madone. The Madone, I ride a Trek Amano right now, and I absolutely love my Trek, man. I freaking love my Trek. So I'm like, if I got the new Madone, would it be that much better than my Amanda? And I want to say I think it will be. Now, what's going to be different? I ride a Trek Amanda SL7 with the 500 series carbon, and then the new Madone, I would get the one with the 800 series carbon, and it's got the ISOFlow triangle in the rear. That's the setup I would get. And there's two ways I can set that bike up. I can literally take all the stuff off of my Amanda and put it on the Madone, or I could just build the whole Madone up. Because I would not buy the full bike straight from Trek because there's certain components that I want. Like I know I want a Quark power meter. I'm probably gonna go with a different set of wheels, and I'm definitely gonna go with a different set of bars. So to keep those options open, it would make sense for me just to get the frame set. Now, the downside to this is if I do get the frame set, if I take apart my Amanda, then Star BZ will no longer exist, man. And I really like my Amanda, man. But also I'm thinking, let's say I built up this Madone. If the Madone is all that like the Amanda but better, I probably wouldn't be riding the Amanda. So why would I keep it then? You know, because the geometry is exactly the same. And that's another selling point for me, because anybody that's been cycling for a while, you know, man, bike fit, bike geometry, and like what bike suits your riding style or your riding preference. That's a big thing, man. It can significantly change how you feel on the bike. Because I have my Bianchi as well. I like my Bianchi, fits well, but it's not my Trek. I love my Trek. I ride that bike pretty well. It's very comfortable. And the Madone has the exact same geometry. So moving forward, I'm really thinking about getting that Madone frame set. And then also, you know, Trek initially giving me that 8% off. I'll be definitely down with that. But if they work out something that's even sweeter than that, that would be more incentive to get it, you know. So that's what I'm thinking about. But I'm gonna go back to Specialized real quick, right? Along with the Tarmac SL8, right? Before that bike came out, they came out with their bars, right? The Roval one-piece bar and stem. And I'm not impressed by that anyway. I was never impressed by it. I was just like, it's about time that it came out with a one-piece bar and stem. But aesthetically, I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me, man. And for like 600, 675, 650, I'm not impressed, man. And y'all probably heard me say this 1,000 times on the channel. The best looking bar on the market right now is the black ink joint. That bar is fire, bro. If I'm going to buy a one-piece bar and stem, the next bar I'm getting is going to be the black ink. Matter of fact, if I got that Madone frame set, I'd put them black ink bars on there. That's what I would do. But a big problem that's going on with these Roval handlebars, nobody's talking about it, bro. And I'm kind of pissed off about it, man. No one is talking about this. On the cockpit where you attach the bike computer, it can only go on one way. There's no pitch adjustment. And when it's on the bike, your computer slopes down, bro. It looks like this. That's what it looks like. So if you're riding, you'd be looking down on the computer. And I'm like, why is no one talking about this, man? Because I was like in the YouTube black hole, just going through stuff one day, and I gotta find the guy that pointed it out. But he talked about it, the angle of the computer mount, and he was like, dude, I can't even see my data fields when I'm riding. I gotta basically almost look over the bike just to see it. But when he was talking about it, when he showed it, I didn't really see a good look from the angle that he was showing. He didn't do a good job of showing exactly what he was talking about. But my guy Remco, he has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna come back to that real quick. Remco, I was watching his channel and he was doing some recon for the La Volta, the mountain stage, right? Or one of the hill climbs. And he had a close up on his bike. And I seen it firsthand. Dude, you look at Remco's bike, you look at the bike computer, and it's tilted down bad. It's tilted down bad. And I can't believe that Specialized, first of all, it took them too long to come out with a one-piece bar and stem. Way too long. Then when y'all came out with it, y'all didn't do enough R&D for the computer mount? Like, bro, I mean, what's going on? Now, if you had the Roval one-piece bar and stem and you put it on a different bike, right? Because when we start talking about building bikes, there's a lot of other stuff that comes to that, right? You got the head tube angle. So my Trek is a 72.8. Let's say that Roval cockpit was built for the Specialized bike specifically, right? Only that head tube angle. And when it's on that bike with that head tube angle, that aligns the computer perfect. That would make sense to me, right? And then let's say you put it on a different bike that has a different head tube angle, then it changed the pitch of the computer. I can't live with that. That still pisses me off, but I can at least understand that. But the Roval cockpit was designed for the Specialized Tarmac. And when it's on that bike, the pitch of the computer is ridiculous. That's absolutely unacceptable, man. And all these people that's reviewing this dang on bike, bro, all these people that's riding this SL8, all these people that's talking about how great it is, and I know they talk about the cockpit because that's one of the ways they're saving the couple extra watts, right? No one's talking about that computer mount, man. I low-key think people are scared to talk about that. Specialized, you did a terrible job with that, and y'all need to fix it. I mean, I'm not buying y'all bars anyway. I might buy your bike, but the bars I ain't buying anyway. But y'all need to fix that, man. Y'all charging $600+ for these bars, and the computer mount is jacked up, and that's the only option. That is ridiculous. Somebody else, there's a company called Frames and Gear, right? And I buy a lot of computer mounts for them because they make them specifically for the Cannondale bar and stem, because you know that I've been running that, and I recently bought one of their computer mounts for my Bianchi because I got the ACR barrels on there. The thing I like about them is full, like anodized aluminum, specifically cut for that bike, and it lets you adjust the pitch of the bike computer. So if you have a bar that's on a bike that has a different head tube angle, regardless of the angle, however you want your computer, if you want your computer flat, that's how I like it, or if you want it a little tilted up, or if you want to be like Specialized and have that joint pointed down, it gives you the option to change that pitch. So Frames and Gears, I think y'all need to, if y'all could, do a little bit of R&D, make a computer mount so we could, make these Specialized guys happy. But on Specialized, y'all did an absolute terrible job with that bar, man. I'm pissed, bro. Y'all need to fix that. And all these people that's reviewing this bike, I don't know who's paying y'all. I don't know who gave y'all a free bike or whatever, but y'all should be pointing that out because I know y'all notice it. Who's riding a bike without a bike computer, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not on Strava, it didn't happen. Like, if Strava did not exist, I probably wouldn't ride my bike no more, man, for real. Now let me stop playing. But I know, anyway, I'm just get off that, right? Jumping on to Remco. My guy Remco has a YouTube channel, and I love it. I love it. I'm so happy that he has a YouTube channel, right? I'm going to talk about Remco. I love TT stuff, man. I've been into TT bikes. I personally think a TT bike looks way better than a road bike. That's just my opinion. Now, I'll also say this, right? I'm a recreational cyclist. I'm not winning no road race. I ain't winning no crits. I don't got no crazy FTP. And I damn sure ain't winning no time trial. I'm just telling you what I like, right? So being into TT bikes and the TT scene, I knew about Remco way before I knew a lot of stuff about road cycling, right? And I just always admired what he can do on the TT event, right? It just so happened that he's pretty good at a lot of stuff. Remco, he's a bad man, bro. And Remco gets a very bad name. A lot of people talk trash about Remco. They talk about his personality. They say he's kind of arrogant and all this stuff, right? And I don't really think I really just think they just hating. Because at the end of the day, the dude is winning races and he's a beast, bro. Whether you like him or not, he's an absolute weapon on the bike. If you was doing a TT race and Remco showed up, you'd be worried. you would be worried, bro. And if you weren't, you're just lying, right? So one of the reasons I like Remco's channel, right? Remco's channel is him, bro. It's him. Like he did an episode where he was testing his gear before the TT event, right? And he ended up winning the event. But he was talking about how, like, the different speeds, the different suits, and then he recently just posted a video and he was doing the recon of one of the hills for the La Volta, right? And that's when I seen that bike computer pitch, right? But during the video, it's just him being him. It's a lot of him talking to the camera. It's a lot of him interacting with his staff. It's interacting with people. Dude, people are just walking up to him. He's taking pictures. He's signing jerseys. He's like, one part, he was shooting pool. Guy came up to him. He's taking pictures. They're like, hey, man, Remco. He's like, hey, man, I love it, bro. He's a solid individual. These people that dislike Remco for whatever reason, go to his channel and check it out. Remco, I'm so happy that you started your channel. Put out some more content, man. It's legit. I love the editing, the footage, everything. And that's coming from the little videographer piece of me, man. But I think that's all we got for this episode of CycleTalk, man. Like I said, if you were liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your boy is out.